Well, again, folks, you're not going to believe what I found in an attic. So, my mother is downsizing her house in order to move into a new apartment. And it's been an emotional journey for her and for me too. I have been sorting through some of my childhood relics and, thinking about stories that shaped me. And in the process, I've helped where I could. And she called me about a week ago and said, "Help me with the attic above our garage." Her husband, not my dad, her husband had put away boxes in the attic of their garage, and they needed help pulling them down and then taking them to Goodwill probably. And so I show up, and I realized that in order to get up to the attic, I'd have to crawl up a 10-foot ladder and then crawl into an escape hatch, basically. And then when I poked my head into it, there were 40 bins tucked up against the far wall, and to get to them, I was going to have to crawl over joists. And so you can imagine my heart just sunk when I thought about the ordeal that was to follow. But you do what you can do to support your family, because obviously my mother has been there for me over the years. And so I did it. I hauled those boxes out of the attic of her garage. And in the process, I came upon a swan, a wicker swan that was her husband's. And she offered it to me as a thank you. And today I'm going to show you what's inside. Now, I'm no numismatist. I can hardly say it. I am a stamp collector. But what's common between stamps and coins for me is that they both contain stories. They both contain history. And that I love. And this is a rather special heirloom. Like a lot of folks, my mother's husband's dad kept this on his nightstand and would put, random odds and ends that he found into it. And then over time, it ended up in a box, it ended up in an attic, and it's ended up here. And so this really is a time capsule for that gentleman's life and that gentleman's journey. And in it, when I opened it for the first time, I found a little treasure trove of cool odds and ends and coins. First of all, a couple of cool watches. Hellbros. Please feel free to drop comments in the comments section below for anything you see that I don't, because I certainly don't know watches, for example. This is a Longinus. And there's a whistle. I wonder what was called with this whistle. And then there's a medal. Ad alter Dei. I would love if any of you could tell me the history of Ad alter Dei. That certainly meant something to this gentleman. Oscar de la Renta's Poor Louis. In case I needed a little bit of cologne. Another little medal, maybe, with an arrow. Such stories, such history, something. This meant something to this gentleman. Little bits of the watch. A button. I I'm sure this guy wasn't alone in having a container like this. I've got one. It's a cigar box that I've held onto for 20 years, and it has badges and pictures and buttons and God knows what. Maybe a paper clip. Oh, what else have we got in here? Buttons. All right, so I'm going to show you the most interesting piece that I found. This sure looks like a safety deposit box key to me. That is such a mystery. Who knows where the locker is, what's inside it? I did ask, and unfortunately, whatever this is long lost to history. So isn't that interesting? And doesn't that just make you wonder what's in a lockbox somewhere? That's fascinating. All right, and here's the coins. Now, on my channel, I have focused on stamps, and I will continue to. But there is something fascinating to me about coins. Hawaii dollar. I would assume this was a souvenir type coin that this gentleman got on a trip. How cool is that? The sleeping giant of the Garden Isle Chamber of Commerce. Prince Kuhiu. Oh, interesting. Gold! California gold! $10. Maybe not. But if you know what this is, please feel free to let me know. Baldwin and Company, San Francisco, $10, 1850. That's interesting. $50 Pfennig, 1920. Deutsches Reich. So, the family, this gentleman was German, and left before the war. And these coins, the provenance, we believe, is from trips that he took in the 50s, and then gathered them and kept them as souvenirs. So, for example, Helvetia, that's certainly a Swiss coin from 1920. One Tango, what's this? Oh, Mayer Krasdiag. Okay, help me out with the pronunciation. I'm assuming Mayer is Hungary, 1927. God, isn't that fascinating? Another German, Bundesrepublik, 1950. There is something so personal about currency. You know, these were carried in pockets during times of history that were challenging. Another Swiss coin. 1964. Yeah, so maybe the trip that they took was in the 60s. So there's a 64. And who knows? I mean, this one says 1972. I don't think it was in the 70s, so maybe he got this German coin at some point. Oh, I see a wheat penny. Cool. 1956. 1943. Is this a steel penny? So for all you coin collectors out there, tell us in the comment section below what you would do if you were starting off on this journey again. You know, what's the first thing you would collect? What have you learned along the way that you would share with those of us that are interested in starting in the hobby? Because getting a collection like this, I can certainly see inspiring me to pursue coins, though I am quite fond of my stamps. Another Duchess Roik. Wow, look at that. 1917. Wow. What was the person that held this coin doing in 1917? Wow. Such a connection to history. Isn't that something? Wow. Ooh, Mexicanos, I think. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. 1935, I believe that says. $1966. Another Swiss coin. Wow, look at that. Huh. Can't see a date on it. Oh, it's on the back. 1939. Wow. Again, what was the person holding this penny doing? Good God. Swiss? I bet Switzerland in the 1960s was a great place to visit. Ah, 1936. Duchess Reichsmark. Beautifully clear and crystal. Very fine coin. If you know values on coins and what to be looking out for, please feel free to share that as well. I would assume condition is everything, just like it is in stamps, and that is a particularly fine 1936 Reichsmark. $1932. Wow, look at that. 1906. Wow, how old. And it's in amazing shape. Wow, is that something? Now, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I collect stuff because I love it. I do not collect stuff because of value. And so, you know, these may be incredibly common coins, and that's completely okay to me because the stories that they contain and just the connection to history is well worth it to me. 1911. Wow. 25 Pfennig. Isn't that something? And again, great condition. Huh. $1962. Swiss. Wow, 1943. Isn't that something? Huh. Half mark from 1905. Wow. This one's pretty dirty. I think that says 1916. Such a stroll through history. Such a connection to the past. 1941. Wow. $1939. Hmm. 1964. Couple more. What an absolute time capsule. 1946. $1923. I think that says Poland, Polska. Wow. Got a great condition on that one. 1905. All right, last one. For all you coin collectors, let us know in the comments section below how to start off on this hobby, because it is very, very cool. Such a connection, such similarities to stamps, which I am fascinated by. Oh, and thank you to my mother for sharing this collection with me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please go ahead and like it, and do subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal to me. Until next time.